So I'm here with Molly Tschang. Welcome to the farm. You were one of our first value coaches. So what initially attracted you to the value coaching program?
Well, Dan, it's great to be at the farm, and I'm amazed at what you've got here. It's spectacular. And I first saw Sandy in Washington, D.C. talk about value coaching, and the minute I heard about it, I knew I was signed in. And having had a lot of experience over years at many different companies, big and small, it was really clear to me that there was an innovative approach to really unleash the potential of people by focusing first on where the value really is and really helping create understanding of what the value is, and then looking at the whole talent side of the house in a very different way and actually matching the talent to the role that needed to get done. And having worked in a lot of organizations, it was just very clear this needs to happen.
Yeah, so you've actually helped us sharpen our tools based on the work you've done with clients. So how has it changed the way you operate from a day-to-day basis?
I love that because it's changed a lot. I've really started to look at everything through the lens of value coaching, and it's really a great framework to kind of dissect what's going on. Clarity around what the job is, and specifically the jobs to be done, about 3 to 5 things, really helps people. It keeps people honest. It's very easy to say, well, it's a chief marketing officer. Just pull that role out of the file, and this is what it is. And so I think by virtue of asking the question of what does a role really need to do and what success looks like, internally within an organization, first and foremost, they can really align on what needs to get done and why. And most of the time, it's actually not that clear, right? If you just kind of ask out of the blue, you're not going to get all the same answers. So the ability to get that internally, I think, is really first and foremost. And then when you're interviewing, a chief development officer isn't just a chief development officer, depending on what you need to have done. And so I think you're setting up the candidates for greater success and creating a much more efficient process.
Yeah, I want to put you on the spot a little bit here. So you've taken this to the clients. Can you think of an instance where it's uncovered insights that you otherwise would have missed in terms of how we manage talent and what we do about underperforming roles?
Yes, I think that to me, within an organization, the intelligence is within. It's about, can you bubble up the intelligence from different places? And the process, I think, allows for and requires a lot of questioning. And so when we were working with folks in the HR department, lots of times they didn't necessarily feel comfortable asking the level of questions because they felt like, well, it's not our domain expertise. The way it's structured, they don't have to have the answers, but by virtue of asking the questions, they're having senior leaders share, and the organization around the senior leader is actually hearing, sometimes for the first time, what the leader thinks, and vice versa. And so I think that level of transparency is really something that's been, I think, a gift for a lot of folks. I also think it's empowered the HR folks to realize that they are stewards of a lot of information that different pockets within the business may not know, and their ability to help share it throughout the organization really helps the whole.
So you're actually part of the MG 100, one of the premier executive coaching kind of organizations out there. How is value coaching different than executive coaching from a day-to-day perspective and from the conversations that you have?
Yeah, well, I think within the value coaching, there's executive level coaching, and I think coaching is helping people unleash their full potential, understanding kind of habits or things that aren't serving them. How do they make the behavioral changes? I happen to work at a team level as a priority. I think the value coaching has a process within it, very specific, and the ability to coach out the value, and that unique lens of the role-talent combination, I just think is a game changer. In our world today, roles aren't staying the same. People's talents need to morph, and when you think of the combination, and the levers in both, I think it's a very unique discipline, the value coaching piece of it.
Well, welcome to the farm. Thank you very much for visiting us, and appreciate your insights.
It's my pleasure, Dan. It's great to be a part of this team.